Hello, Marc L here with a 10th reading from Fakes, an unpublished novel that will be published pretty soon. You'll see. Now, we'll remember that Dr. Fenshaw, our hapless central character, was given the job at the great big museum in San Dementia, California. He's moved there. He and Horsey have rented a house, and so on and so forth. But he's living in Southern California, and he doesn't have a car, which is quite impossible. So his boss, Sybil Vane, encourages him to go out there and get himself a vehicle, which he does. And this is what happens. What's your name again? The man's gleaming ivories flashed at me once more as he asked this question. I squinted and very nearly had to cover my eyes, so strong was the reflection of light on his white central and lateral incisors. No one was born with teeth so perfect. No way. This man's dental appendage had to be the result of a lifetime of periodontal and orthodontic procedures. His adolescence must have been marred by a mouthful of metallic restraining and straightening devices. Surely traumatic at age 13, but a boon to your looks at 30. Perhaps his parents had handed him the bill when he left home. His father might have asked him into the den for a man-to-man chat, and he may have said something like, "We'll be magnanimous, son, and forget about the food and lodging for the past 20 years. But Mom and I had to remortgage the house and sell your sister to white slavers to get your mouth in shape. So I'm afraid we have to hand you the bill for all the dental care. After all, teeth like yours don't grow on trees." And that huge debt he carried was why he was busting his arse selling cars. I almost felt sorry for him. "Your name?" he repeated. I answered his question, snapping out of my dental musings. "Dr. Nigel Fanshawe." He put his arm across my shoulder. "Can I call you Nigel?" "No," I said, "you most certainly cannot. Another thing you can't do is touch me." He snapped his arm away. "I'll call you Doc. Is that okay?" "No, you'll call me Doctor," I said, quite enjoying being a pedantic pain in the arse. I needed a car, not a new best friend. "Fine," he said, wiping a sudden sour look from his face by flashing his luminous and gummy constellation. Doctor, I know just what you need." I cocked my head at him with an interrogatory expression. "Really?" "You need something solid and secure. Something to get you through the clutter of traffic safely and in optimum comfort. I mean, it's a jungle out there." He was certainly right about that. It was a jungle out there. I had happily never had to commute for more than 20 minutes in my life, and that was done deep underground in the London Tube, which presented a jungle all its own, actually. But the little I'd seen of Southern California traffic was horrendous, with 8 lanes of individualists in huge, high-powered vehicles, all hell-bent on getting wherever they were going before anyone else. It was like a daily dose of amateur Formula One racing without the pit stops. He was right. I did need something big and solid. Even in Horsey's Bentley, I felt exposed, so I was looking for a maximum amount of sheet iron to supply a safe cocoon. He led me to something huge and black. Touching it like someone strokes a horse, he said, "Here's just what you need, Doc. Doctor. A monster roadbuster testosterone 15,000 SUV." This mountain of black metal was a vehicle. Really? It looked like one of those hydroponic vegetables you see on TV. Their proud growers dwarfed by 500-pound watermelons or tomatoes. This wheeled monster's tires reached up to my shoulder height. "What does 15,000 stand for? Number of gallons of gas required per mile?" I inquired. No, this baby's not a guzzler. Well, not much of a guzzler. You'll get quite a bit out of a tank full of gas, and it seats 8 people. My heart skipped a beat when I thought he'd said it eats 8 people. So divide the cost per mile, he continued, by 8, and hell, you can't afford to buy this beauty. You can't afford not to buy this beauty. And with power on all 4 wheels, it can easily tow up to 8,500 pounds. I don't know 8 people in California, I said, and I can't imagine under what circumstance I could possibly want to tow almost 9,000 pounds, unless, of course, I wanted to drag my house to another neighborhood. Safety, he said, taking a different angle of approach to my money. Between you and me, you crash into anything with this baby, and you're sure to obliterate it. Smash it to smithereens. Anybody bangs into you, and you won't feel any more than a fly smacking into your windshield. And that's it for now. So, next week we'll be looking at number 11 in this series. And meanwhile, I want to do a little plug for my book that's already on the market. It's my novel titled Homing, available everywhere. Amazon all over the world, Barnes & Noble, everywhere in ebook format. Kindle, Nook, and Kobo, paperback and hardback. So, until next week, I shall say